Welcome to Birds of Prey Sports Talk. We're your hosts, Jared and TJ. And I'm so happy to be finally making this video. It felt like this would never happen. It felt like it was going to be, I feel like one day we were going to make a video where it was going to be, oh, well, we lost our franchise quarterback. But no, it finally happened. We signed Lamar Jackson to a mega deal. He is the richest quarterback in the NFL. I believe you have some numbers pulled up, hopefully.
Yes, so the official deal was Lamar Jackson and the Ravens agreed to a 5-year, $260 million extension. And some specifics about it was there was 185 million in guaranteed money, and it is worth about 52 million per year. And just a comparison, Jalen Hurts, it says Jalen Hurts will make 51 million after signing his extension on April 17th. So, it's a pretty good deal, stacked up to other QBs.
Right.
And just as you're excited, I'm excited too. It's just a very, very well, I don't know, just well-timed news for Ravens fans like us. So,
Right. I felt like everything was on the way up. We got Odell Beckham.
mhm.
Lamar tweets that thing out, and then we sign him. We get Zay Flowers. We have a pretty decent draft, which we'll get into another video. It's just this has been long awaited. For probably about I want to say 2 years, probably.
Mhm.
It's been a long time. It's been very stressful as well, and
Mhm.
I'm just so glad this is over because he can come into next year, focus on football, focus on getting better, working on his strength, working on his arm, working on his running game, whatever it is, working on the playbook. It's going to be probably new with Todd Monken and everything. So it was just important to get this deal done, and I'm glad it got done this off season. I didn't want
Right,
to go into next season with him on a franchise tag or him even gone.
right.
So I'm just so glad this is over. It was stressful. Yeah,
Yeah,
I will admit it was stressful, and a month can make a huge difference. It really can,
right.
and
And
I
and
go ahead.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to get into it. I wonder just how much of a roller coaster this was behind the scenes. I mean,
Right.
because in March we thought it was over. I mean, that's
Yeah.
when the report came out that Lamar wanted to trade. I just genuinely wonder, and maybe we would love to hear you guys' opinions in the chat here. I mean, in the comment section here. I would just love to like wonder or speculate. How did talks go?
Right.
After that announcement. What was it like March 17th? I would just love to know.
No, it
You
was
know,
it was the 27th. It was like a month.
27.
Like,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
I would love to know how talks went, you know, after that, whole situation on Twitter or whatever. I just want to know like how I don't know how low or how whatever was was Lamar's relationship with the Ravens, and you know how were they able, well, I guess you could say OBJ was a big part of them rekindling it, but how was it able to just be built back up to where it is now, where the extension came? Like, I just
Right.
really think that crosses my mind almost, every day since we signed him. So I don't know. It's very interesting, and I hope, in the future we get a little bit more details, but
Right.
it's just very crazy how things went from rock bottom to,
Right.
the highest it can be now,
Right.
and just like how you said, everything's all about football right now. No more
Right.
contract. You don't got to worry about that no more. It's football, is winning, is Super Bowls. That's what it's all about right now for the
Yep.
next 5 years. Just like what Lamar said when he got drafted, it's on
Right.
all the time, all the time. It's on. So yeah, I'm
So
I'm
yeah,
I'm
this
excited.
it feels like a burden lifted off our shoulders, really.
I
I
know,
mean,
I know.
we're not directly involved with the contract talks, whatever. But the one thing I do want to bring up to you is the reports came out that the deal was close to being done, right? That was
Hmm.
the first report that came out. I forgot who
Right.
was first tweeted out about that, but it was like a deal could be imminent. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be any day. And then a few minutes later, it was like Lamar
Hmm.
signs, the big extension. But I do want to ask, obviously it's been reported and either misreported or reported that at first, he may have not been going for the fully guaranteed contract, but then like it makes you think like what was the holdup? Because it just felt like while he didn't want the guaranteed contract, remember of the time when the NFLPA was supposedly, his representative for a little while, maybe not his representative, but was on his side, and they were fighting to get fully guaranteed contracts. So I want to ask you when the reports came out. that the deal was supposed to being done. It could be in the hours, it could be days or weeks. Obviously, it's done already. But were you worried at the time that maybe the NFLPA would step in and be like, "This isn't a fully guaranteed contract. Don't take this."
Um, I wasn't too worried because I feel like we've already experienced the brunt of that, earlier on, like in, February, early March. I feel like maybe even in January, I don't know, maybe ever since the offseason started, I would say. I feel like we've felt the brunt of that, the NFLPA kind of using Lamar as their poster boy, to have more guaranteed contracts, um, for players. So, when those reports came out, I believed them,
Right.
especially how, just looking at Odell Beckham's tweets. I honestly, listen, I feel like Odell Beckham knew that Lamar was signing back. I feel like it's
Yeah.
safe to say that, or at least he had a sense. I feel like him I mean, I think me and you talked about it. I think Lamar recruited him. So I think
Right.
that kind of gives you a sense right there. OBJ knew something before we did.
Right.
So, I think, when those reports came out that the contract was close to done, I believed it. I,
Right.
I don't think the NFP, I don't think the NFLPA, at that point was going to interfere anymore because, I mean, he already still ended up being the highest paid NFL player in history.
Right.
As we're talking right now.
Right.
So, I genuinely believe those reports, and I was just excited to see what will come in the coming days, when after those came out.
And like I said, it is crazy to see what a week can make, or not a week, but a month can make a difference, and I guess
Mhm.
that's sort of a motivation tip. Even the first month will show progress, but I just remember when we were on your little birthday, hotel, for the weekend, and what we were discussing, that it felt like Lamar's time here was done, especially with the way EDC was handling the situation during the press conference for the draft, not even fielding any questions about Lamar, and even the one that it was about Lamar, but it was about the draft, So it really did feel like he was gone. We get back home, I get back home, I take my nap, wake up, OBJ signed. That's when everything kind of, felt like it was turning for the better,
Mhm.
and EDC had a funny story about it that he's a Celtics fan, I believe, and Trey Young hit the dagger versus the Celtics in game four or five. I think it was five. He hits the dagger to win the game, and Lamar texts him like, "I think we can get a deal done." I don't know if you saw that,
Yeah, I saw
but
that.
I thought that was pretty funny. I am a small Hawks fan, so it was a cool little
Yeah, I know.
intertwining
I know
story
you
there.
and EDC had two completely different reactions to that.
I just got home from the game. We went to the game on that Tuesday.
Oh yeah,
I was on
yeah,
that Tuesday, so
yeah.
so we did. I just want to go on a side brain here. We obviously have. They don't know, but like we have our little magic when it comes to
Oh yeah,
sporting events.
oh yeah.
We experienced our first loss, you know, versus the Red Sox, but at the same
Mhm.
time, it may have been a win because it's the same day Lamar was like, "Let's get this contract done."
Right, right,
So
right.
maybe our magic worked, even if
Yeah,
it's in mysterious ways.
yeah,
We got
yeah.
our witchcraft working. No, but in all seriousness, like I said, me and you are so glad this is over. Ravens fans are glad this is over. It felt surreal. You can
Mhm,
go to sleep now. Just knowing that your quarterback's under contract
mhm.
for 5 years, and he was the one to really announce it. On the
Right,
Ravens Twitter page, and just so happy, man.
right,
He's
and
got OBJ now, Mark Andrews, all these
right,
weapons that
right.
he has. It's time to make a run, maybe.
Right. And honestly, like how you mentioned earlier about Todd Monken, I'm just excited to finally know that him and Lamar are going to be working and scheming up things right now.
Right,
I obviously be wish it was a little bit earlier so they could probably begin talking a little bit earlier, but there's still enough time for them to just really lock in and get to know each other, you know, pick each other's brains apart, figure out what is the strongest plays for, in this situation, that situation, how can we use JK in this situation? How
right,
can we better use Lamar in this situation? Maybe even they look at, game plan of Greg Roman's offense and just completely deconstruct everything and build it back up from scratch.
right,
That's what I'm excited about to know that that is going on right now. You
right.
know what I'm saying? And Lamar's probably working with his QB trainer, DQ, D3 QB, something like that. I'm just excited, man. Like it really feels good to know that we finally are like we finally are in the right direction.
Yeah,
All the dreams about the receivers, it seems like
it's
we're
coming true.
finally, yeah, they're finally coming true. A new OC, new receivers. We still got T Martin as a passing
Something
QB
like
coach
that.
now.
It's either, I think
Yeah.
he's either QB. I think we got a wide receiver coach from the Chiefs, so he's
Yeah,
not the
I
wide
mean,
receiver coach anymore.
yeah. I mean, things are just looking really, really good, and
Right.
I'm really excited to see what this offense can do. You can definitely expect Ravens vlogs from us. You can definitely, like I said, we're gonna do a lot of. I'm just excited, man. I don't have a loss for words. I'm just excited. I'm just excited.
No, I don't
Um,
blame you. You know, and then for the most important thing you left out here was not a new strength and conditioning coach.
oh
You know,
yeah,
so no more of these stupid injuries, recurring injuries. You
yeah,
know, and honestly, I've always said a theory that Lamar didn't really want to get helped under the strength and conditioning coach we have now,
mhm,
because I mean, if I had to be honest, they've thrown a lot of these players out too early. They might have thrown his ass out too early, and then we would have been dealing with Lamar getting surgery or something ridiculous like that,
yeah,
and that wouldn't have helped anybody. So all I pray for this year in this season is consistent wins, consistent offense and defense, healthy, consistent health, having Lamar stay the whole season. Because if Lamar gets hurt again, like how has the past 2 seasons, you already know he's going to get slandered through the media again. And I mean, what are people going to say this time? Oh, he's gotten paid, so he's not going to, go out there and get hurt or
right,
go out for his guys because he's already getting his money. So, but I think if this we don't have any more of these Greg Roman tight end blocking, leaving a guy on an island, meaning a tight end on an island to block somebody to let Lamar get hurt, we should be fine. And we got to stop letting him get abused each season. It feels like he gets hit hard a lot.
mhm,
So it's going to be a team effort, keeping him protected. And I want to see a lot. I want to see more checkdowns from him. I want to see more. What's it called? J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards
yeah,
lining up to get some passes thrown their way. So you can have OBJ, Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman,
yeah, yeah,
Andrews work, and then have them underneath for a safety valve. And I kind of want to see Travis. I mean, not Travis Kelsey. Mark Andrews used like Travis Kelsey, where
oh
it's
yeah,
like them just little comeback routes that are just nasty. I feel like, Mark Andrews has good elusiveness. He doesn't have it as good as Travis Kelsey, but it's still pretty good. That's why he's one of the best tight ends in the game. And it felt like a lot of times Andrews was going up the field, not these short routes. And like
mhm,
I feel like he could be more effective. And it's going to be harder for defenses, because I mean, they got so many more problems to worry about now, especially if you have JK or Gus in the backfield getting passes, swing passes, screen passes, out routes, in routes, whatever it is going to be, so it's going to be this offense. First time I've been excited for this offense in a while.
right,
I've been excited because of Lamar, but now I'm excited because of Lamar. I'm excited because of Bateman. I'm excited because of Odell Beckham, Andrews, JK, all these guys. Feels like we have so many. I mean, we've had a lot of weapons, like JK, Bateman, Mark, but it just felt like there could be more, and they could be implemented better. And then we have depth at wide receiver position. You drafted, like I said, you drafted Zay Flowers, you signed OBJ, you signed Nelson, you already have Devin, you have James Prochet, who may lose his job, but I mean, who knows? And it's just crazy because D Hop, the D Hop dream may be dead, and it's like we don't even really care because it feels like we're good. But I mean, you want more because why wouldn't you want more? But
mhm,
even if we walked into the season without him, I still wouldn't feel like horrible about this offense, but this wide receiving core. I feel
right,
so much better than
right,
especially the last probably since I don't even know, man. This is probably going to be one of the best receiving cores the Ravens have ever had, really.
yeah.
So you have any
And,
more thoughts?
and I know, and I just wanted to say, what you were talking about with the receiving course, that also kind of segues into, we want to see these receivers used to their max potential. We don't
Right.
want to see them being we don't want to see their abilities being diminished to just drag routes and just stick routes or just go deep. Those were like the three basic main routes or slants that receivers were running Greg Roman offenses. Just like completely having no care or no regard for route running abilities and routes. So at the same time, we're hoping that Todd Monken can really come up with some complex routes and not
Right,
high school routes.
right,
These are very, very talented and just at the top of the level in terms of abilities, guys.
right,
And we want to see what they can do. We want to see what type of routes, they are capable of running in their vault, locked
right,
away in their vault.
right,
I'm that's just the number one thing I'm really interested in seeing is what are the routes going to look like? Are they going to be similar to are they gonna? I honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing like a college approach to the routes. College routes kind of seem very creative, almost kind of like video game like, and maybe that's something that we need now.
right,
People are so used to the Ravens always running, and then when it comes to passes, always quick, short passes. Maybe we need to be a little bit more creative
right,
when it comes to just like how we're creative with the run game, or we were. We need to be a little bit more creative passing.
right,
Like how you said, use Mark Andrews like how Travis Kelce is used. Just finding any little ways to get him the ball. Like that shovel pass that they do. I mean, that's just a great innovative play.
right,
The things they do with Kadarius Toney. I want to see us do those things and do them right. I want to see our route running and our just play calling 10, 100 times better than what it was the past 3 years under Greg
right.
Roman. Four
And
years.
I feel like, I don't mean to extend this video too long, but I mean, it feels like they gave the keys to receivers who were unproven. I
Yeah.
feel like giving them their own route tree, and making them decide what they're going to do on each play is kind of a mistake. It's like giving the car keys to somebody who can't drive. Like drive me this place and don't crash. It's just like how many times did our freaking receivers crash into each other because they're running the same damn route, or they're running into each other, or whatever. So certain players have that ability where they can give given the route tree and burn the coverage that they're in, like OBJ and DeAndre Hopkins. But with Bateman and with Tylen and James and all these receivers, do you really want to give them those keys too early when they're not even established receivers in the slightest? So it's just, I feel like you have to earn that status as a wide receiver. If I'm going to be given this route tree and not told what to do, I can find out what coverages and I can burn them. I got to earn that, not just be given that. And it's too much. There felt like there was too much free will with these receivers, and that's what led to so many problems. They're not open because they're running the same damn route, the same side of the field. So it's
Right.
like there's no movement. There's no, like, the safeties can just crash here, middle linebackers can crash over here. It's making it easy for them. And I'm like, every time I watch the Ravens games and they show it from the all 22 view or whatever, I'm like,
Mhm.
what is this? Like, what is Lamar supposed to do here? Like, what is he supposed to do?
Right.
Like, he's not going to fit it in every single time.
Right.
So I hope Todd Monken can do that. I'm excited for this. Do you have any more last thoughts?
I think we covered everything. I think the encapsulation of this video is that we're just very excited that this is all over, and we're just very excited to see
To
what
move on.
Lamar, OBJ, Zay, and Todd, Jake, all of them have cooking
Right.
up.
Man. And then we can no more Lamar contract videos until 5 more years from now.
Yes, and also,
So
please, yes, and also, please, guys, let us know what you think about in the comments. How maybe your opinions on Todd Monken's offense with Georgia, and things that he can implement here, just anything. Let us
right.
know in the comments what you guys think.
I should find somebody who either has watched Georgia games at a high level or is a coach or whatever, and maybe we can bring them on.
Yeah.
Just find somebody. And I want to do the same thing for each college player that we drafted, since we only drafted five.
Hmm.
So I want to bring in, some guys from each college probably, or and have them talk to us about each player. So that's I don't know how big we are for that yet, but
Yeah.
we're gonna see. So
Yeah.
expect more content with the draft coming up. A breakdown of probably each player. That's gonna be a video in itself for every single player that we drafted, and not every single player we undrafted, because that would be like 30 videos. But yeah, I think we covered everything. I think you got all your last thoughts in.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep, and like you said, we're just excited, and I'm pretty sure everybody in Baltimore is. But don't forget to like and subscribe and share. And we're Birds of Prey, and we're out.
We're out.